Show now. We have a terrific show today, and we're so glad you're here for it. In today's personal story, we're taking you into the neonatal intensive care unit, and we introduce you to a family struggling with the day-to-day progress of their preemie. Then Dr. Patrick McNamara from Sick Kids Hospital is here to talk about caring for a preemie in the very fragile first days and weeks after birth, and what you need to know when you're finally able to bring your baby home. Gary, as is having your premature baby whisked away to an intensive care unit, that is a horrendous thing for any parent to have happen to them. In today's personal story, we meet one family who've been through this and are waiting for the day that they can bring baby Warren home.
Okay, we're done. It's coming. I had a normal pregnancy. I didn't have any complications or problems, but before my pregnancy, I knew I have a bicorneal shaped uterus. So what that really means is that I don't have enough room in there for the baby. So I knew it was going to be early, but even the doctor couldn't tell me how early. We thought maybe 3-4 weeks. I definitely wasn't prepared for 9 weeks early.
I remember being in the hospital, being in the room, the delivery room, just as Galara was about to deliver. And I was very excited. I'm going to be a proud dad. And then one of the nurses had said to me, if something is wrong, we're going to take the baby from this room to an operating room. Don't ask any questions and don't get in the way. And at that moment, once again, it hit me that, wow, something could possibly go wrong. And I didn't think about it until that particular moment. Hey, bud. Aww. How you doing, buddy? When
I gave birth to him, just about a few hours later, they brought me to this room and they said, this is where Warren is. And he was actually in here. He was hooked up to this monitor. There are 3 wires. One was for the heart rate, the other one is oxygen level, and the other one was his capacity of his lungs. I could change the diaper, I could do all of that kind of stuff, but what I had to do was to open this one from here and then have my hands in here. That was a little difficult because, first of all, the baby is this big, it's fragile, you don't know how to touch the baby. So we had to change him like this in here and then swaddle him, unswaddle him. So it was a lot of work. It was a little difficult in the beginning, but then later on I could open this one like this and then kind of pull this tray out and, you know, get a little closer to him. He was here for about, I would say about a week, a little over a week, and then they moved us to the other room. That's because he wasn't really on anything. Like there was no antibiotics, no IV. He was getting fully fed with my breast milk, so he didn't need to be on IV for the top up, for extra fluid hydration, I guess. That was the reason for that one. So then we just moved to that graduation room. I get to the hospital for 9 o'clock feed. Usually try to get there 1:45. You know, by the time I change the diaper, do the temperature and all that, and then we start breastfeeding at 9. And every 3 hours, all of that repeats. And I'm there usually until after 9 p.m. feed, which is around 10:30-ish. That's when we come back home.
We're just finished feeding little Warren through an NG tube, okay, because Warren doesn't necessarily have the strength to breastfeed on his own, and we've been practicing lots. This is a way that he will actually get his food and his nourishment is through this tube.
You gotta accept the fact that this is what it is, and you just have to change your schedule, change your plans, whatever that you had planned for. Just forget about that. This is the focus right now, and things are going to work out. And with the preemies, first of all, they change so often. You know, you may have a good day, you may have a bad day, and you shouldn't get discouraged thinking, oh my God, you know, he was doing this yesterday, he's not doing it today. It will just come back.
We hear that Warren is home now and healthy and happy, and so is the whole family. But having a preemie baby can often mean many months in the hospital. To help us navigate the neonatal unit is Dr. Patrick McNamara from Sick Kids Hospital. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
First of all, what is the definition of a preemie baby?
It's a very good question. Premature baby really reflects anybody who's born before 37 weeks.
37 weeks. Okay.
37 weeks corrected gestation, yeah.
And what's a micropreemie?
A micropreemie really refers to any baby who's probably less than 28 weeks or really less than 1,000 grams is probably a better way of looking at that.
Wow.